ultimately, as a business, we must keep pace with that and actually exceed customer expectation. So very much, the product development will continue, building out more currencies, more countries, and geographically as well.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Finxetta CEO James Hickman. James, very good to speak with you again. You're up with your interim results and a really strong showing as we discussed with your recent trading update. Take us through some of the financial highlights of the half year.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. So very pleased, revenue up 40%. And in fact, that masks an even better performance because, as listeners may remember, in terms of the change of strategy, we've now offboarded all of our white label business, and therefore that revenue stream came to zero in H1 2024. So actually, this is all direct to market, direct business for Finxetta. So actually, revenue increase on that mix is more like 56%. Of margin, probably worth mentioning, at 65.7%. That's very much a product of actually going direct to market. So that's continued to increase. Whilst revenue is growing, we're still very conscious of costs, and you can see that in our EBITDA and pre-tax numbers. We're very focused on building a scalable business, sustainable business, and a lot of the development that's going on internally. We're making sure that we're not overspending, and ultimately part of my job is to make sure the business is making money.
So apart from growth in active customers over the period, James, you also had significant growth in the average transaction value. So that was up 29%. And again, as a result of your strategic shift to that direct revenue model.
Absolutely. So part of our offering is very much service led. It's very important for both our introducer network. So those are the companies and businesses that introduce customers to us, that we provide a very, very high level of service. It's allowed us to get much deeper into the transactional life cycle and therefore increase our average transaction size from each customer.
Strategic progress over the period, James. New counterparty partnerships, regulatory approval for payment services in Canada. So speaking to your geographical expansion, and also you had that MasterCard agreement that was announced earlier this year.
Absolutely. So we're part of our core strategy, or two parts of our strategy, are product and geographical. We are delighted that we were granted approval in Canada earlier in the year. We've made good progress there. Part of that is infrastructure building. We now have boots on the ground in Canada with a country head. So very pleased with progress there. The MasterCard product I have highlighted for launch end of September, early October. We're on track for that. And in fact, going through internal testing currently, which I'm pleased is going well. And ultimately, in terms of product mix, in terms of currencies, we've expanded out our currency capability from just over 58 to over 140 currencies now. So quite a significant shift, and it allows us to service our customers in a broader depth with more countries and more currencies.
Is this product development a continuous process for Finxetta, James?
100%. So we can't stand still. We know that we need to ultimately provide services that our customers expect to require. Things move in a very fast pace, technology wise, in payments. The customer requirements obviously change and move. So ultimately, as a business, we must keep pace with that and actually exceed customer expectation. So very much, the product development will continue, building out more currencies, more countries, and geographically as well. More jurisdictions are on our roadmap.
And James, you do note in this statement that the momentum has continued into the second half.
Yes, we were very pleased. Typically, H2 is better than H1. So we're confident with our expectations for the full year. As you quite rightly said, the H2 has started very well. So we're confident that we're on to expectations.
I hope you'll keep us updated on any further progress, James. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Pleasure.
That's Vinseta CEO James Hickman.